Very good morning to all. This lecture is about cloud-based application development and management, and the code is TCS 552 and myself, Dr. Sachin Sharma. We are discussing Unit 2, the cloud platforms in industry. This is the view graph of Windows Azure platform. The local development environment consists of the development tools, the Windows Azure Software Development Kit, and the App Fabric Software Development Kit. The Software Development Kit consists of multiple libraries which can be used by software developer on Windows Azure. Windows Azure platform provides multiple cloud computing services such as compute, storage, networking, identity, and marketplace. Under compute services, Windows Azure Compute, that's the service name which is provided by Windows Azure platform. Under storage services, Windows Azure Storage and SQL Azure services are provided. Under networking, Windows Azure Connect to establish the connection, App Fabric Service Bus, App Fabric integration, Content Delivery Network, we also call it CDN, App Fabric caching. So CDN and App Fabric caching is related to the performance of the network. Under identity, App Fabric access control service is provided by Windows Azure. In marketplace, data market and applications are provided in Windows Azure platform. So that's the view graph of the services which are provided under Windows Azure. And all these services are operated by the management portal of Windows Azure. And it's the enterprise level infrastructure provided by Windows Azure. It's a view graph that how the three layers, platform layers, service layer, and client layer is connected to the infrastructure layer of Windows Azure platform. The client layer consists of PHP, SQL Server, applications and tools. WCF data services, which is connected to HTTP and REST services, ODBC, ADO.NET, and tabular data stream. It is connected to the service layer using the tabular data stream and secure socket layer. Services layer consists of provisioning, billing and metering of the services, and connection routing. And the service layer connected to the platform layer, which consists of SQL Server, SQL Azure Fabric, and the management services. So that's the infrastructure layer of Windows Azure platform. Cron is a Linux utility which schedules a command or script on the server to run automatically at a specified time and date. We can understand this cron job if you have ever used schedule meeting, Google Task, GoToMeeting. There are many applications are available where you can schedule the task, and once you schedule it you get notification 10 minutes before, 30 minutes before of the meeting. And that's how the cron is helpful in the Linux. Cron jobs can be very useful to automate repetitive tasks. We have seen this cron component in Microsoft services, also in Windows Azure services architecture. The application lifecycle management, we also call it ALM. It is the specification, design, development, and testing of the software application. Whenever we talk about the life cycle, it means it start from the idea of any application and it end until you deploy and get the feedback and keep maintaining the application. So whenever you plan to design application, that ALM starts. Then you design it, you develop the application, you test it, then you deploy it. ALM also covers the entire life cycle from the idea conception through to the development, testing, deployment, support, and ultimately retirement of the system. So the life cycle start since the application is born until the end of the application. If there are any user who are using the application, the ALM will be continue till the retirement of that application, the retirement of that system. Now we try to understand that how does the software development life cycle works. from where it starts and from where it ends. Whenever a developer plan for any development, the life cycle starts. Then based on the specification that developer thought about, developer develop. After developing the application, developer test the application whether it's fulfilling the expectation or not. And when it satisfy the expectation, then it's ready for the deployment. And even after the deployment, work is not done yet. The developer needs to provide the support, and they have to maintain the application and improve based on the feedback. Then again, based on the feedback, again the developer change the plan, develop the application, test it, then deploy it. So it's a continuous process which never stops, and that is called software development life cycle. That's the overview where the program and portfolio management take care of the project management, and the project management has different components such as requirement management, which collect the requirement of the software, idea and vision discovery. All these together helps to develop the software, and the software testing and make sure the quality is up to the mark. In testing, developer want to make sure that it should fulfill the requirement of the user, requirement of the customer, and it should also fulfill the idea and vision of why a developer want to develop the application and what's the utilization. After deployment, the customer support and IT asset management take care of the application. Now you can think then, see, the multiple teams are working together, so the collaboration and communication is very important. So for example, a customer support or asset management gets the query that there is something wrong with the application, then that team has to give the feedback to software development team to make sure the vision that they have created, the requirement, the specification they have created, now it's the time to change that specification. Then again improve it, optimize the application, then again test it, make sure the quality is there. After assuring the quality, deploy it. So that's how the project management and the program and portfolio management works. What is the difference between API and SDK? Many of you heard the word API, that whenever you would like to develop an application, you need API, and whenever you are developing an application from scratch, you need SDK. So API is an interface which allows software program to interact with each other. So multiple programs can be connected to each other. Their data can be fetched. But SDK is a set of tools that can be used to develop software application targeting a specific platform. So if you change the platform, SDK change, but API doesn't change. So that's the difference between application programming interface and software development kit. Microsoft Azure is a cloud computing service which is created by Microsoft for building, testing, deploying, and managing. Building, testing, deploying, and managing applications and services through a global network of Microsoft managed data centers. Microsoft Azure SQL database is a managed cloud database provided as a part of Microsoft Azure. So the Microsoft Azure has their own database. A cloud database is a database which runs on cloud computing platform and access to it is provided as a service. So the database that Microsoft Azure has, it is linked to the services which are provided by the Microsoft Azure. The SQL database is a general purpose relational database managed service in Microsoft Azure which supports a structure such as relational data, JSON, spatial, and XML. SQL database also delivers dynamically scalable performance within two different purchasing models, such as vCore based purchasing model and DTU based purchasing model. This is the table where we try to understand that what is the difference between general purpose services and business critical services. The general purpose services is best for most business workload. It also offers budget oriented, balanced, scalable compute and storage option. But in business critical, it's best for business applications with high input output requirements. It also offers highest resilience to the failures using several isolated replicas. The general purpose provides computation 1 to 80 vCore generation 4 and generation 5. Business critical also provide the same computation 1 to 80 vCore generation 4 and generation 5. In generation 4 and generation 5, memory wise generation 4 provides 7 GB per core, generation 5 provides 5.5 GB per core, and it is the same for general purpose and business critical. But when we talk about the storage, in general purpose is provide premium remote storage from 5 GB to 4 terabyte. But in business critical, it provides local SSD storage from 5 GB to 4 TB. When we talk about the input output throughput, it provides 500 IOPS per vCore with 7000 maximum IOPS. But in business critical, it provides 5000 IOPS per core with 2 lakh maximum IOPS. When we talk about the availability, there is one replica and there is no read scale. But in business critical, there is three replicas and one read scale, and it is shown redundant HA. When we talk about the backup difference between general purpose and business critical in Microsoft Azure, there is almost same 7 to 35 days, and 7 days are default. And if we talk about the memory support, then in general purpose there is not in memory, and in business critical it is supported. So that's the basic difference of the services which comes under general purpose and business critical in Microsoft Azure. These are the basic plan based on the DTU based service tier. There are three plans: basic, standard and premium. If you talk about the target workload, all three plans are related to the development and the production. We talk about the uptime SLA, all are having 99.99% of uptime. Backup retention, for the basic tier it's 7 days, but for standard and premium it's 35 days. When we talk about CPU, the basic has low, the standard has low, medium, high, and the premium tier has medium and high. For input output throughput, for basic tier it's 2.5 IOPS per DTU. For standard it's the same, but for premium it's 48 IOPS per DTU. When we talk about the IO latency, basic has 5 millisecond read and 10 millisecond write. It's the same for standard, but for premium it's 2 millisecond read and write. The latency shows the delay whenever you would like to read and write on the platform. The column stored indexing, it's not applicable on basic tier. On standard it's S3 and above, and in premium it's supported. For in-memory OLTP, it's not applicable in basic tier. In standard is also is not supported, but in premium it is supported. So it's kind of comparison chart of the DTU based service tier for Microsoft Azure. I hope you have enjoyed the lecture, and that's it for the day. Thank you.